In the past 2 or so years, Apple has finally started embracing iOS level customization. Whether it comes in the form of home screen widgets, more recently lock screen widgets, or live notifications, all of it are welcome changes that truly add a ton of personality to your iPhone. Now with that said, today we're going to focus on creating the ultimate home screen setup. I'm going to show you a couple of designs I personally use, how you can have some of these designs or create entirely new designs and customize your iPhone the way you like it. So let's get right into it. There are countless designs, combinations, and styles you can create on your home screen if you have the right tools to do it. So for example, if you look at my home screen, you'll notice I have a couple of designs here. Some are more minimalist in nature, while others are more extravagant in information, but ultimately very cool looking. So you'll see one of the designs I have here is this capsule looking design. So I have multiple capsules and each one represents information. So one of them has my step count, the other one has the weather, and the other one has a little bit of redundancy. It shows the date again, but again, it looks really cool. It is ultimately a large widget. I also have a couple more. So I have one that has a more classic Android-like look with the stacked numbers. I really like this design. I think it's clean. It has a lot of empty space around it, which again just gives the illusion of a much larger home screen with a minimalist setup. And of course, you can even have more contrasty ones. For example, there's this one called Fact. It kind of has these two circles that kind of overlap, and you have dates, and then you have the day of the week, and then of course you have information like the weather in terms of a image that comes like a cloud. A ton of cool combinations. Now you may have noticed that I primarily have large widgets. That doesn't have to be the case. You can do a combination of small, medium, or large widgets, or just focus on one or the other, but you can combine them in different ways. Now you're probably wondering, okay, that's cool and all, how do you actually make these designs? Well, there's three tools involved. Well, actually two tools and one design involved. So first you gotta have a vision. Do you want a minimalist design? Do you want a more cyberpunkish design with a ton of information? Once you have that down and you know what you want, you basically need a good custom UI app and you need a wallpaper app. So let's talk about those. While there are a handful of awesome apps for custom widgets on the App Store, the one I recommend is Widgy. Once you've downloaded it, check out their Explore page. You have hundreds and hundreds of custom created widgets for various sizes, small widgets, medium widgets, and large widgets, and they have all sorts of cool information. Now, some of them are just eye candy, they look pretty, but don't necessarily have a lot of utility, while others are loaded with information, sometimes even too much information. That's the cool part. There's options for pretty much everybody, and they're created by users just like you and I. Widgy is essentially one giant widget community. You can even create your own widgets if you want, or you can modify an existing one if the user allows it. Anyway, once you've had a moment to pick some widgets you like, you can assign them under the Manage tab, and you can just kind of put them in a slot. Now, there are a limited number of slots with the free version. You can always opt to pay a couple of dollars and get the more premium version, which allows you to unlock all the widget slots. I think it's worth every penny. These guys have done an awesome job with this app. But once you've done that, adding the widget is as simple as 1, 2, 3. Just go to your home screen and add it like you would any other widget. You press the plus button and you can simply go to Widgy and just assign the appropriate slot or widget to your home screen, and bam, it's right there just like that. It is worth noting that technically speaking, the widgets you add here are not actually truly transparent. Rather, they just mimic the background wallpaper, which you simply get by taking a snapshot of the wallpaper, then going into the app and basically setting up the wallpaper as the widget background. Once you do that, it syncs perfectly. This does mean you cannot use dynamic or shifting wallpapers. You have to basically stick with one wallpaper on your home screen, and when you want to change it, you have to reapply the setting to the widgets. So that's a bit of a nuisance, but not a big deal in the grand scheme of things. Speaking of wallpapers, the app I prefer using for wallpaper selection is Backdrop. I've been using these guys for years. They have some of the best wallpaper collections I've seen on iOS, period. Now, it's completely free. You have full access to their wallpaper library. Other than watching a few awkward ads every now and then, it's all there. Now go through their collection and you can find all sorts of abstract designs, contrasty ones, color tones, and themes. But I always advise picking a design that either has a consistent color tone or has strong contrast. But if you have too many vibrant colors, it does take away from the personality of the widgets themselves. But anyway, pick what you ultimately like. You can download it. It saves straight to your photo library. Once that's done, go ahead and select the wallpaper for your home screen. So there you have it, the perfect home screen setup in just a couple of minutes. Like I said, there's tons of options, so go ahead, start customizing, find what works for you. I'd love to see some of the cool designs you might have in mind. You can always follow me on Instagram and message me there, and I'll definitely check out the designs you come up with. Now with that said, of course, keep in mind the more widgets you add, the more drain there is on your battery, so avoid adding too many widgets, as like I said, it does have system level implications. But other than that, I will leave links to everything I talked about and all the designs I'm personally using, so you can quickly reference back to them. And let me know what you thought of this video. If you're interested in maybe a lock screen widget video, I can make that down the road as well. And as always, please consider subscribing to this channel and liking this video. It genuinely helps me grow and it keeps me motivated to provide more content just like this for you awesome people. Catch you in the next one.